Whether you like it or not, no people are safe today. Those thugs, they won't spare the innocent and defenseless. Even your dog or cat will not get a free pass. Some are just too quick in pulling the strap to anyone they deem prey. So, if you have a senior in your care or if you are the elderly, then it's a good decision to get armed, especially if you think that you are in a bad neighborhood or if you feel that your safety is always compromised. But of course, not all guns are suitable for old people. The gun they should pick must be light, easy to operate, and guarantee low recoil impulse, such as the ones I am going to show you here. What's up, everyone? This is your boy Ted from Line 45. In this episode, I will list all the most recommended concealed carry pistols for seniors and anyone who has physical restrictions due to injuries or existing conditions. Before we get underway, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I know it is a chore, but these simple clicks help my channel immensely. Now, let's return to the video. Keltech P32. A pocket pistol is the last thing thugs would expect an innocent-looking old person to carry. While there are lots of options for these pocket guns, I still recommend the Keltech P32. The Keltech P32 isn't the first pocket pistol, but it's definitely an OG, and one of the first successful ultra-compact handgun designs. In fact, your Smith & Wesson Bodyguard and Ruger LCP took some inspiration from the P32. Even though the gun isn't entirely new, it still offers a host of features that would benefit modern shooters. Seniors, women, or beginners would probably enjoy this gun because of its low recoil, controllability, and efficiency as a defense pistol. For starters, the Keltech P32 is a double-action-only, hammer-fired pistol. It features a polymer frame and includes a single-stack magazine that holds up to 7 rounds of 32 ACP. Well, a 32 ACP is indeed a small cartridge, but does it really matter once it penetrates? It can still make little but lethal holes. And for me, the recoil of 32 ACP is a lot more reasonable than 380 ACP or 9mm pistols. In the context of small handguns for seniors, small cartridges like 32 ACP seem to be a more favorable choice. Plus, 32 ACP rounds are quite cheap, so you can get large quantities even if you are just relying on your retirement pension. Furthermore, let me emphasize that the P32 is surprisingly accurate and reliable for its size. I did not torture test the pistol, but since I was able to fire 300 rounds from the gun with 0 malfunctions, I deem that it's really built to shoot. Ruger LCR 38 Special. The 38 Special Ruger LCR isn't a beautiful revolver. Objectively, that has been the consensus. But on the opposite side, I don't think that folks with arthritis or bad backs will care about aesthetics anymore. What you need to know right now is that the Ruger LCR 38 Special is a user-friendly revolver. This is already a perk that favors seniors or any individuals with limited physical capacities. It got a really good trigger, thanks to the patented cam system of Ruger. It made the trigger reasonably smooth and light while ensuring consistency. This is the best feature of the LCR pistol, in my opinion, and even if you are just an ordinary dude, you will really love how its trigger works. I know I am about to make a tough claim here, but I think that the sights installed in this revolver are better than the standard sights used in Smith & Wesson J-frame revolvers. You see, the sights of Ruger have a wider blade and broader notch, allowing to generate highly visible sight pictures. Of course, the LCR 38 Special is a lightweight and compact revolver. There's no doubt about that. The entire thing has an aluminum upper steel barrel, steel cylinder, and polymer fire control group. With this setup, Ruger was able to optimize the weight of the 38 Special LCR to about 14 ounces or so. Moreover, it has recoil-absorbing grips, which makes the gun a lot more comfortable to shoot. Ruger Security 380. The Ruger Security 380 is a fitting choice for a senior pistol. The gun comes with a short barrel and is designed to be easily concealed. However, by all means, it's not as small as what others assume it to be. If you have seen a Ruger Security, you already know that it has enough space in its grip to let owners hold the gun comfortably. In particular, the grip width of the Ruger Security 380 is a bit identical to the Security 9. The difference between the two is that the Security 380 is shorter than its cousin by an inch. Still, there are no compromises on its reliability or accuracy. Hence, it remains as a viable self-defense tool for seniors. Since it's chambered in the smaller 380 ACP, the Ruger Security can hold up to 15 rounds on its magazines. But if you are residing in areas with restrictions, then you can simply get its 10-round mag. It's just a good thing that it's being offered with an optional pinky extender baseplate, because it helps in accommodating shooters with larger hands. But yeah, I think that those with medium, small, and medium hands have the best chances of gripping this gun fully. It also has a large trigger guard, and the grip texture of this pistol isn't too off-putting. I mean, they aren't really the best, but they are certainly not bad either. It's not difficult to make use of its trigger either, as it only has a pull weight of roughly 4 pounds before breaking. But oh well, the real reason why I recommend this gun for seniors is its reliability. It's a Ruger gun after all, and so far, the Ruger Security 380 did nothing but shoot with minimal malfunctions. And when I say minimal, it's 1 out of 200 rounds or so. Even when firing the gun using one hand, it did not become sloppy at all. Taurus TH9. In the grand scheme, Taurus guns are reliable and affordable. Coincidentally, these are also the qualities that appeal to older shooters. After all, the more you age, the less you care about the quirky stuff and focus more on simplicity and value. Hey, I am not spitting life wisdom here. I am still talking about guns. The Taurus TH9 is the embodiment of what Taurus does best. It is an upgraded version of the Taurus 809 when the company decided to refresh its appearance and ergonomics. The TH9 is a 9mm pistol that boasts a full-size capacity of 17 rounds. But since we are talking about concealed carry guns here, I suggest that you go for its smaller 12-round mag instead. In general, it's still a small gun, almost similar to the size of a SIG P365. Its unloaded weight is just 25 ounces or so. One solid reason that made it a highly recommended pistol for seniors is because of its ability to fire in double action or single action. Of course, this means that you can still strike a round if its ignition fails. At the same time, it lets its users carry the gun cocked and locked when it's in its single action mode. While I don't have personal grudges against striker-fired guns, I always think that hammer-fired pistols are a lot safer to carry. They aren't prone to accidental discharges, especially if you holster them properly. This is the benefit that the TH9 gives without being too pricey or recoil explosive. We love our elderly, but we all know that they need an extra level of safety since they get clumsy at times, so the TH9 should be a top choice for them. Smith & Wesson M&P9 Shield EZ. There are multiple reasons why seniors should consider the Shield EZ as their primary handgun. For starters, it's a one-size-fits-all pistol that they can use for carry and home defense, especially if using a 9mm carbine or 12-gauge shotgun is already too much. Sure, it's bigger than the original Shield, but in the grand scheme, it's still a compact gun. For comparison, the Shield EZ is slimmer and smaller than the GLOCK 19, but even so, it's still easy to grip. Controlling it isn't difficult either. So, more or less, the gun remains a capable defensive tool, even when used by aging folks. By the way, the EZ on its name isn't just a fancy designation. It actually refers to one spectacular feature of the gun. You know that some guns are quite tough to rack, right? Well, Smith & Wesson engineered this gun with a slide that can be manipulated with little to no effort. Smith & Wesson was able to pull this one off by simply using a really soft spring on the slide. It is simple, but it works like magic. So even if your grip strength is already limited, the Shield EZ pistol's easy-to-rack slide allows you to operate it without any difficulties. The Shield EZ is internally hammer-fired, so it's downright reliable. It has a decently light trigger pull at 4.5 pounds and comes with 2 mags, each holding up to 8 rounds of 9mm. But if 9mm is too much, you can still get the Shield EZ in 380 ACP. With its stainless steel slide and barrel, the gun weighs a reasonable 23 ounces when unloaded. Basically, it checks the boxes for the ideal pistol that your granny or granddad can use. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more gun videos like this, just click the subscribe button and notification bell. Take care and stay safe.